wipe the dust away from the boards, it's ready to be sized, which basically means sealing the wood. Because you don't want any chemical changes between the wood and the paint. If you didn't size it, the wood eventually could discolor the oil paints. So that's one of the important reasons why you have to size or seal the board. The second reason is wood is affected by the elements. So temperature changes, moisture in the air, and if you seal the wood, it's not going to be as affected by those changes that the atmosphere gives the wood. So there's two things that I recommend to seal the wood. One is PVA size, and then the other, so this is by Gamblin, and then the other is by Golden, and it's just GAC 100. So you can use either of these. These are modern versions or ways to size wood. Back in the olden days, they used rabbit skin glue, and that's how they preserved the wood. You can still use that today, but these are better because the rabbit skin glue is still affected by the atmosphere and warping. So you can use either of these. Today I'm going to use PVA size. So make sure you've shaken it. And then I just get another container to pour the size into. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And then I would say that make sure for either GAC or PVA size, you have a brush. I use a brush like this that's thin and wide, but make sure you don't use the same brush for each. So I will use a separate brush for this and a separate brush for the size. And then I will just write on the brush which it is so I remember for future reference. So once you have your brush, you'll just dip it in. It's very liquidy, you can see that. And then you just start brushing it on. It goes on clear as you can see. But basically, wood is porous, so you're just feeling in all those pores. It's soaking in, and then it's coating it. So that once I gesso the board, the gesso doesn't sink into the wood, the water from the atmosphere won't sink in. It preserves the wood as it is. And you'll just brush this on the whole board. And then I usually let it dry probably 3 to 4 hours. And then I'll go back and do it one more time. Then I will let it dry for 24 hours at least, till I'm ready for the next step, which is adding the gesso.